Alright guys, so today we're going to take a look at the brand new EarFun Air Pro. Now this is a pair of active noise canceling earbuds that retails for $80, but right now on Amazon they even sent me a code, which will be in the description below, where you can actually pick these up for $64. And what's intriguing about that is not only can you get a pair of truly wireless earbuds that have active noise canceling for $64, but it's from a company that I've had very good luck with their products in the past. I've been very impressed, so I was definitely interested in checking these out. We're going to check out some of the features, what you get inside the box, and see if it's worth that $64 price tag. Now to start with, these do have hybrid active noise canceling. They also have 10mm composite dynamic drivers, which are actually tuned by Edifier. They work with Edifier on these, and you can definitely tell because there is a new pair of Edifier earbuds that these look almost exactly like. Now, as far as the technology that's in here, they do use Bluetooth 5.0, and as far as the IP rating, they come in rated at IPX5. So this is a pair that you can wear out and about. You don't have to worry if it starts to rain or they get splashed on, but this is definitely not a pair that you could submerge into water. Now, as far as what you get inside the box, you do get the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips, and as far as the charging cable, they've included a USB-C cable. And speaking of the charging cable, I was really impressed with the battery life on these. Now that's with using them with the noise canceling on or off. Now if you decide to use these with the noise canceling turned off, you can get 9 hours of battery life on the earbuds with around 32 hours total using the case. But if you use them with noise canceling turned on, you can still get 7 hours on the earbuds themselves with around 25 hours total using the case. Now there is no fast charge feature that I see, and the case is not a Qi wireless charging case, so you will have to use that USB-C cable. And speaking of the charging case, I really like the design of it. I like how small and compact it is. On the back, you can see the USB-C input for charging. And then when you open up the lid, you have a single indicator light so that you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. Now moving over to looking at the earbuds, I really like the design of these. They're somewhat unique while still borrowing from some of the design of earbuds we've tested already on this channel. But again, I just like the way that they do these. It kind of looks somewhat futuristic. Now these earbuds do use touch controls, and the controls itself work fine, but I am not happy with the fact that they don't allow you to skip back to your previous track, and they don't have volume control. So really all you can do is play and pause your music or skip your track forward. Now you can summon your smart assistant to do some of those other controls, but I still prefer to have those controls on the earbud itself. Now other controls that it does allow you to do is switch between the 3 different sound modes. You have a normal mode, you have an ambient mode, which I feel does a really good job of letting you hear your surroundings, and then you have your noise canceling mode. Now as far as the noise canceling goes on these, this is definitely not on the level of the Sony or the Sennheisers or even the One Mores. It's more, let's say 50% of those. I think it does a fairly decent job of blocking out lower tones like air conditioner units, or if you're going to be on a plane trying to block out a little bit of that engine noise. But anything that has a higher range of sound, like anybody talking, you're still going to be able to hear some of that. So I wish the noise canceling was a little bit stronger on these. Now another thing that I do like about these is the earbuds do have the smart sensors. So if you're listening to something and you pull the earbuds out, it will automatically pause and then it will resume once you put them back in. That's always a feature that I like, and it's usually a feature you only see on more expensive models. Now for you guys that like to use your earbuds individually, you'll be happy to know that you can use either the left or the right. And then as far as the microphones on here, this is another thing I think they did a very good job with. They're using noise canceling to try to block out your surroundings and focus in on your voice so that people can hear you more clearly. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. Alright guys, so here is a mic test using the EarFun Air Pros. Again, I'm really impressed with the mics on here. I think they pick up bass tones very well, and I think it's a good representation of what my voice sounds like. But this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. Now, before I give my opinion on the sound, this is the part where I like to play some samples. That way you guys can kind of hear some of the characteristics the earbuds have on their own. And then afterwards, I'll give my opinion. But here's some samples for you guys to check out here. So now that you guys have heard some samples, I want to tell you my opinion on the sound. I absolutely love the sound that these have, and that's mainly because I am a bass head. I do like dynamic sound. I'm not one that's usually a huge fan of a flat sound signature, so I'm happy that these don't lean towards that. They definitely lean towards the side of bass. They are a boomy pair of earbuds, but I really like the fact that they don't let it get congested or muddy sounding. The mids and the treble still come through clearly. I still would like to see maybe the mids and treble be boosted just a little bit, and that's only because the bass is boosted quite a bit. I was able to feel impact nicely with any genre that I was listening to. I love the way that I was able to feel the drums, but still have the ability of the guitars and the vocalists coming through. On hip hop, being able to feel bass in a way where it kind of feels like a subwoofer. Now the bass is not sloppy, it's still tightened up, but they really have it tuned to where you can kind of feel that impact. So this is definitely a pair that I had no issues with just picking up and listening to whatever with. Now, as far as the sound stage and the sound imaging, even though this has a dynamic sound, they still did a good job with making you feel like you were in a larger environment. Now, it's not as open as some of the other earbuds that I've tried recently, but it still felt pretty open, and I had no issues with being able to tell where sounds were coming from. Now, I do have a couple of cons with these, starting with the fact that I do not like the controls. I'd just like to have the ability to control everything on the earbud itself. And then I really would like to have seen the case had Qi wireless charging, and that's mainly just because I've gotten so used to that. I still think that you're getting a lot for the money, so it's really hard to complain that these don't have that, but it's just a feature I've gotten used to. But outside of that, this is a fantastic value for $64. I still think it's an incredible value at $80 because I think the noise canceling does enough to kind of make you feel isolated with your music, and then being isolated with a dynamic sounding earbud is always a good thing. But guys, that's my video on the brand new EarFun Air Pros. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.